In this instructional video, we'll show you just how easy it is to do your client invoicing using TimeMadeEasy by simply copying and pasting your time entries directly into your already formatted invoices. Let's get started. You've already set up your client invoices template. Open the document and enable content. First, let's look at the structure of the invoice. In the body of the invoice, you have 23 rows to work with initially. At the bottom of the page, you have some formulas that calculate a summary and the amount due. Sometimes this is not enough room to paste in all your time entries, and you may need to insert more rows. If you insert extra rows into the body of the invoice, your formulas will adjust at the bottom. Always be aware of the number of rows you have to work with before pasting your entries so you do not paste over your formulas. If you have several timekeepers who have recorded time for this client, start by adding text on your invoice stating whose time is being billed. You may structure this however you wish, but here's an example of how you can display this information. Leave the Client Invoices document open and open your first timesheets document. Go to your first client to invoice. If your entries are not in date order, it's best to sort this before pasting them into your invoice. Highlight all entries from column A through column D and sort by oldest to newest. In our example, we have 16 rows of entries. The first line is just a heading and should not be copied. Highlight all entries from column A through column F and copy the entries. Click on the invoice link to navigate to this client's invoice. Since there is an adequate amount of rows, put your cursor where the entries should start and paste them in. Click through your pasting options at the top and choose the look you prefer. Go to your next client invoice. Click back on your timesheets document and go to the second client's time entries. Repeat this process for the next client's invoice. Do this until you have pasted in all entries for this timekeeper into each invoice. Open your next timesheets document and repeat this process. Continue until you've completed this for all timekeepers. Remember to insert more rows as you paste in your timekeeper's entries. TimeMadeEasy has issued invoice number formatting as a default as XX-01 for the first client, XX-02 for the second client, etc., with XX representing the month. To create an invoice number for all clients at once, do a find and replace the XX with the current year and month. For example, 1408 for August 2014. Or you can use whatever numbering system you would like. Select Options and choose to change the entire workbook versus the single sheet, so the change will be made to all of your client invoices. Repeat to create an invoice date. You can add other information to your invoices if you wish, such as previous payments and overdue balances. You can utilize standard Microsoft Excel help for assistance in writing basic formulas, as well as guidelines on getting you desired look by changing fonts and using borders and shading. When you're ready to print, delete any unwanted rows between your time entries and total section. A document header is already set up for easy formatting if your invoice contains multiple pages. Utilize your print preview to make any last-minute adjustments before you print each invoice. Open your monthly billing report and you'll see that TimeMadeEasy has updated your invoice numbers and dates automatically. Be sure to watch our next instructional video on sheet and workbook protection and how to assign document passwords.